Hello, I'm Julie.
And I'm Nettie.
And in this video we're going to look at how to hold your knitting needles.
Yes, we can't knit without knitting needles. Well, we can, but we're not going to talk about arm knitting today. So we've got our needles, haven't we, Julie?
We've got our needles poised. I think mine are number 6.
That's right. You can often
nice
find the size written on the side. But we're just going to look at how to hold our needles today. And there, I'm going to show you first of all what's called the pencil grip. Now this is probably not recommended, but just in case you do find this comfortable, you hold your needles like pencils. You see? So you're resting your needle between your 2 fingers here, and then you're kind of holding it with your thumb. Now, I've seen a very beautiful painting of a lady knitting like this, but I think she was in her parlour and she was probably doing something very small and dainty. And so this pencil grip, you may find that one hand likes it, but I'm going to recommend, Julie, we do. Well, how do you feel about that?
No, I don't feel comfortable at all. It doesn't feel like I could have much flexibility. And as you say, it does remind me of sort of seeing Jane Austen dramas and things with them doing it very daintily.
Yes.
But
yes.
I think that the pencil grip might not be for me.
Okie dokie. So let's look at the knife grip, which is how we're demonstrating all of our tutorials with Let's Knit Together. So this is how we hold our needles. You just rest them in your hands like that to start with, and then you would turn them over and hold them like that, so that you're controlling your needles with your fingers and you're gripping them well with your thumb. And then if you need to hold both needles at any point to move your yarn, then how does that feel?
Much more in control.
Much more in control.
There may be some ladies and gents who might like the other way, but for me, this feels like I could really get down to it, and I've got, as I say, much more accuracy.
Yeah.
Is this the knife?
This is the knife hold, and the benefit of this is that your knitting will just kind of dangle down between your fingers. You can imagine if you're knitting like this, you're kind of scrunching up your knitting, and it's going to bunch up between your in the gaps between your fingers. So let's just do the knife hold like this. So we're holding our needles like this, ready to knit. So now I'm going to show you how to hold your yarn. So I've just got a little bit of a few stitches on a needle here already. So I'm first going to show you the continental way, which might be more familiar for crocheters. So this is where you actually wrap your yarn around your left hand, and you have it tensioned like so. So you can see here that it's wrapped around my fingers like this, and I'm holding it like this, and when I knit, I'm going to use the tip of my right hand needle to catch the yarn and bring it through like this. As I say, crocheters may find it easier to knit this way, so that's how that works. Your needle does the work of wrapping around your stitches. So I've just done a few stitches there. But how we're demonstrating in our tutorials is the English way, where you hold your yarn in your right hand. I've just tidied that up. So we got our knife grip here with our English, and with our English style, the yarn comes over to the right. So when we're knitting and we pick up our yarn, so here you'll see that really your finger does the work when you're transferring your stitches. And again, I'm kind of wrapping the yarn around my hand like so. So I've got my tension here, and so when I knit, I'm wrapping my yarn with my hand. So that's the sort of difference there. They're both good ways, and with knitting you really do just need to find what's most comfortable for you.
Yes. And a bit of trial and error, really.
It is. And again, it might depend on your yarn. This yarn is quite thick, it's quite furry, so I don't need to wrap it around my fingers very much. But if you've got very fine yarn, you might find an extra loop helps, or you might like to also get it kind of going under another finger. It really is up to you. So do experiment and see what's most comfortable, and you'll be ready to knit.
Great. So right hand side English, the fingers do the work, left hand continental, the needle does the work.
That's how I think of it, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, Nettie. See you again soon for another tutorial.